But what is up? Welcome everybody. Got a couple people in chat, and we have a special guest. We have Zach from Zach Attack Reviews with us again. How you doing?
Good. Tired as hell after Thanksgiving and have to work the next day. Ugh.
I know, man.
That's always rough. But yeah, so I know we were talking before we get into some of the main stuff. We were talking about a bunch of like nerdy stuff. I don't remember what we were talking about now.
I think I still eat the pie. I think we were all talking about like the movies that and shows. Oh, I wanted to say with the list of things you talk about, what a time is to be alive for all of us.
Yeah,
I remember growing up in the 90s, getting crumbs of nerdy stuff, and now it's too much, and I love it. I'll take it. I'd rather too much.
Yeah, I think
pick what I want to watch than crumbs.
It's so funny because he was like, Brian, what's the last thing you watched? And I'm like, I don't know, because I've watched so much in the last 5 days. Just so much stuff has been coming at me. It's so much. I mean, it's so good, and all these new comics are coming out. I was showing the guys earlier. So I got Daily Neighborhood Spider-Man #2 just came out.
Oh, it came out.
Yep. And then I got the Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's kind of the storyline they're using right now. And then Lord Drakken's #1.
Rest in peace.
Got that right now. So it just came in. It's just we have so many good things. We have movies, we have comics, we have TV shows, and it's just a great time to be a nerd and to enjoy.
Yeah. It's great that we're having like this, dare I say, like kind of overload of content. It gives us more stuff to watch and makes for more content like this. And it's just coming from, and it goes beyond movies. We're getting shows, comics, holiday specials. It's insane. I love it.
And being a fat nerd is even better. See this? I got eggnog.
I feel spoiled.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I feel spoiled.
Spoiler king. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a good time. Either good or bad. And I think that's what when you said that we were talking about was before we fully get into Andor, kind of around the community of Star Wars is right now Star Wars Theory and Den of Nerds. And they're getting a lot of flack for voicing their opinion about how they feel about it. And I think that's what it was too. We were talking about like we can respect each other and still have different opinions on how people feel about certain things. Because I think I'm not fully sure about Zach yet, but I know me and Brandon are kind of more on the same page. Brian, you're a little bit on a different page when it comes to Andor. You're more on the page of Star Wars Theory and Den of Nerds,
which is fine.
Yeah, and that's what they say. I mean, but them being too bigger, especially Star Wars Theory being the biggest Star Wars channel, on YouTube. People take what he says and kind of run with it, good or bad. So when he says good stuff, he's like, oh, cool. But when he says bad stuff, oh, you're a toxic fan. And I feel like, I don't know, you should be able to voice your opinion, and it is what it is, either agree or disagree. Like I don't agree with what Den of Nerds was like. I'm done talking Star Wars for a while. Yeah, I'm like, I get it, but I'm not there.
Yeah. And it's funny. And it's funny when people, kind of call you a terp.
You're breaking up a little bit, man.
Right?
No, I agree with what you're saying. Just with to call you toxic and all this stuff, and instead of just kind of letting you just talk, just let you voice your opinion. There are gonna be people that like your opinion. There are gonna be people that don't like it. Don't disagree with your opinion, and it's okay to have both sides there.
Exactly.
You want to have both. That's how you be able to get an intelligent opinion that you can defend either way.
Yeah, and I'd never want to be in a fan base where like everyone just falls in line in terms of their opinions. It shouldn't be
boring.
Like that.
That'd be boring.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You can't win with the internet. Like it's either
Definitely
I've had since I started my channel, it's been like a little over a year. I've gotten people saying, "Oh, you like everything." I was like, why? I'm not purposely trying to hate stuff. And then like I didn't like Book of Boba Fett. I gave it a bad grading. I trashed it. I was harsh on it. It was like, "Who asked you for your opinion? You don't know any." I was just like, "Bro, like."
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you don't have to insult me though. Just say like I don't agree with you. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's tons of things I don't agree with. My friend loves the Obi-Wan show. I trash that show
Yeah.
too. That's totally fine that you find enjoyment in something. I'm not gonna come at you for it like you're stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, because I think everyone has a different
It's
emotional
your
attachment.
right. It's your right as a viewer to have a different opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. So, you know, that was definitely kind of like going through it and seeing all this stuff. I'm like, it's a little discouraging. It was like toxic fandom for me just doesn't happen. It's created by people not accepting like the differences. I mean, there are some people who just go, you know, balls out and like, this sucks and blah, blah, blah. It's the worst thing ever. But that's usually the minority. But then you get the people that tend to lean one way or the other that get pushed further because they're like, oh no, you don't like Rise of Skywalker? Well, you hate women and you belong over there. I was like, what? You know, it's like no. Like,
I guess I hate women because
well, that's what my girlfriend says all the time. She goes, you know, The Last Jedi sucks, so I guess I hate women, like because that's what they say. You know, it's like, well, oh, you don't like this, so therefore you suck. You know, and you're
the
this
thing
bad.
Is like there's some people who are like that, but it's not just not everyone. If you listen to their actual opinion, then you'll see that it's not about people being a woman in this movie.
Yeah. You know,
it's about the movie and the script being terrible.
Yeah,
and starting storylines and never finishing them.
Yeah, just making up shit at one point.
Yeah.
That's more on Disney fault than
I've still never
the actors or the writers and directors.
Yeah,
I can't disagree with you. Cannot.
Yeah, but so that's for me. It's like if you don't agree with either, turn it off, unsubscribe. I don't know. Or just come in and put your opinion in, or put your opinion in, you know, which is like, hey, you know, I don't agree with this and blah blah blah, and this is why. I'm like, cool, you know, we can have a conversation.
One thing I gotta say though, I do want to put some blame on the companies, especially WB and Lucasfilms, whatever the hell they're called. They let a lot of rumors go on and on and on, like with Marvel specifically. There's rumors, but this stuff lasts a little bit and then it gets shoved under, and they replace it like, here's a new show. Stop thinking about who you think is gonna get cast as Sentry or who's gonna get. Nobody's talking about the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four casting was like 2 months of just arguments, and then they and then they dropped She-Hulk. People was like, okay, let's go talk about this. Whether you hated it or loved it, but people moved on to that show. They find ways to like get you moving, but like with DC and Star Wars, it's like there's too many big gaps between movies. Like you should have had a new movie by now, and or at least the first one. Who's directing? Is Taika? Is it Ryan Johnson? Is it Kevin Feige? Give us something so that our minds are not just idle and just hating. Same thing with DC. They need to do the same thing soon. So like I thought I'll put a little bit of blame on them not giving us anything.
I can see that. But also, it's a little. At the same time, they give us the stuff that they do give us might be not enough. You know, because Catherine Kennedy, like I feel like every 6 months she's like, she's like, and this person's writing a trilogy, and now this person's writing, and then none of it pans out because we were supposed to get the Rogue Squadron with Patty Jenkins. Now they're saying that's canceled. You know, the guys who did Games of Thrones, the Game of Thrones guys, they were supposed to get a trilogy. That's getting canceled. Ryan Johnson's trilogy's got canceled and brought back and canceled again. It's like 3 times already. So
to be fair, though, some of those are trades and not her.
Yeah. What the Patty Jenkins ones was her.
That because there was a trailer.
Yeah.
But that was kind of Patty Jenkins' fault for DOA in it with Wonder Woman 84. So
yeah, I mean, it came out that like Disney was like, "Hey, you can't announce things anymore." Like they literally told her like a month ago, like, don't do that no more. You know, because it's So until it's a little bit more concrete.
1984 was terrible. Terrible.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant the book.
So bad.
The book was great.
So bad.
Yeah, the movie. The book. I don't know. That's how bad the movie was. I didn't even think about it.
I forgot about it.
So
I'm still weirded out in Wonder Woman 84 by like Steve Trevor leaving a dude's body and her basically using this poor guy as a fuck toy. You know, that's just weird.
I don't know what the hell she was
it's
thinking.
like Wonder Woman just raped a dude.
What I don't know what she was. Well, it's happened in the comics.
Yeah,
Snoo.
She's an Amazon. It's canon.
I don't read Wonder Woman that much like that. That's crazy if it is, but yeah. So these fandoms, I think they just need to be a little bit more chill. Yeah. So, but that being said, let's get into the show that got them in trouble and people hating on them. So we'll talk about Andor at first.